สวัสดีค่ะ Welcome to TDRI Channel, the program that offers you insights into one of the hotly debated topics in the Thai society. Today we are going to discuss about the future of Thailand's transportation system. Last week, the National Council for Peace and Order had approved a draft for a transportation development that will cover 8 years from next year 2015 to 2022. This newly proposed infrastructure development sounds very similar to the project that the previous government has proposed. So what is the difference between these two projects? Today we're going to discuss this with Dr. Sumet Ongkittikul, TDRI Research Director for Transportation and Logistics Policy. สวัสดีค่ะ Dr. Sumet. So, what is the difference between the new infrastructure development project and the project that was proposed by the previous government?
Actually, we need to look at the detail of the plan first. In terms of the transportation projects, when you develop the project, you need to have some time to develop both the financial plans, both of the technical things. So, in terms of project, you need some time to develop this kind of thing, so that once you put together the projects, then it will going to be the plan, the big plan for the transportation in Thailand. For the transportation development plan, actually we have to looking back at the previous government when they proposed the bills on the infrastructure development. Actually, the bills of the infrastructure development in the previous government consists of several projects that has been developed for several years already. And actually, the composition of the projects in that plan composed of the railway infrastructure development in the provincial area, and also the metro or rapid transit in the Bangkok area as a main component of the plan. It is account around 80% of the plan at that plan. And actually, all of the projects that mentioned in the previous bill actually been proposed in this plan as well. So that actually more or less the plan that we have been talking about in the previous government has also put forward in this government.
Right.
And however, the different thing is that the last government, they support a lot for the high-speed train projects. However, for this government, I think they have some second thought on the high-speed train projects, and they think that it maybe not be that necessary to put forward the high-speed train project, but they want to looking at the cheaper option, so-called that normal train with a speed around 160 km per hour, which is a lot lower than the high-speed train. And I think that with this project, probably the budget to invest in the system will be much lower.
And so this so-called normal train, it has a speed limit at 160 km per hour. And what would be the benefit of this train besides cheaper cost?
Yeah. Actually, in terms of the train itself, when we look at the technical thing about the railways, actually at the moment we have two systems. One is the meter gauge, which is the distance between two rails that we use. So that the railway that we use meter gauge at the moment in Thailand is, so to say, around 4,000 kilometers. But the limitation of the meter gauge is that they run very slow. Probably the maximum speed of the meter gauge is around 120 km per hour. Currently, all of the train, most around 80 or 85% of the train that running worldwide, they usually use the standard gauge, which is have the gauge length around 1.435 meter, which is slightly wider than the meter gauge. And using this gauge, the train can be speed up a little bit more, and the normal train it would run around 160 or 180 km per hour. And actually this gauge also support the high-speed train which is can run from 250 km per hour up to 300 km per hour. So this gate will be sort of the technology that has been used worldwide. So shipping from the system that we use from the middle gauge to standard gauge will increase the speed of the train and increase the flexibility of the train as a whole. And what you asked about difference between the high-speed train project in the previous government and this normal train in this government, actually in terms of the infrastructure it's not much different because they use the same infrastructure with some slightly different in the technical aspect, but slightly different, but more or less is the same. So that actually the plan that they put forward in the high-speed train can be adapted to this normal train quite with slight modification, so that not that much different. But in terms of the cost, the train itself, the train set itself, for the high-speed train, it's very expensive, whereby the normal train, which is run slightly lower speed, will be a lot cheaper, and they use a lot because of the volume.
Could you give some examples of international experience that use the middle gauge and standard gauge?
For the middle gauge itself, actually only a few countries use. Mostly are underdeveloped country, but only the country that have used the middle gauge together with the standard gauge is the Japan. The Japanese train have used a dual system, so they have a local train and normal train running on the middle gauge, whereby they have the Shinkansen, which is a high-speed system,
train,
running on the standard gauge. This is the only place that I can think of that they use both standard gauge and middle gauge. But for example, in Europe or in US, the train they are usually run on the standard gauge, so that they have interoperability. So the train that can run cross country from one country to another country without any switching and using the same standard. So this is the thing that we use a lot in the train has been used a lot in the Europe. So that is the so to say that this is the standard that the world has been used. And furthermore, the gauge that used in China also the standard gauge. And actually, China is one of the most big manufacturing for the train set, especially for the diesel locomotive, which is using the standard gauge, so that they can produce a quite cheap train set in that area. So that this is the thing that I think that will benefit if we switch to the standard gauge.
So considering that Thailand is going to become an economic community with the neighbors in Southeast Asia, what would you suggest? Which type of train we should opt for in order to have better connectivity in the region?
In terms of the train, for the gauge, actually, the middle gauge itself is the gauge that has been used in the Southeast Asian region. However, we have a very limited railway length for that middle gauge. For example, like we have a couple of hundred kilometers, I think, in Malaysia, probably 1,000 at the maximum. And actually, Thailand is the most used middle gauge in this area, around 4,000 kilometers. For the Laos, actually, they doesn't have a railway. Actually, the Thai government has built a railway connect from northeastern region to Laos. So that is just only a couple of hundred kilometers, and probably just only 50 or 30 or 50 kilometers to Laos. And for the Cambodia, they don't have the railway yet, and then the Malaysian government are now trying to help building up a railway. And the most one, the one that has been used, the middle gauge a lot, is Vietnamese. So that is the thing. But you asked about the connectivity between the region. Actually, we have only a few of the transport, cross-border transport between other countries using the railway. And actually, what we use a lot is the road, the truck that carry on the cross-border transport. So in terms of the possibility of using the railway for the cross-border transport in the near future, I think it's very very small chance to use that a lot. So that actually the technology that we like to concentrate in Thailand should reflect our Thai interest more than reflect all the regional interest, because actually the regional interest is not that much influence in terms of the technology. However, if we want to connect to the China through the southern part of China, then actually we might have to think about the standard gauge, because China use a lot of standard gauge, and if you want China to put the train to Laos and to Thailand, and also if Thailand want to put the train to deliver goods and passenger to China, then probably standard gauge is the thing that probably we need to looking at.
In the newly proposed project, the standard gauge will be the option, right?
Yeah.
And how much would it cost actually in order to rebuild?
Yeah. Actually, the cost of the standard gauge is not clear yet, because I think this is a new idea. But I think they try to refer for the infrastructure cost from the study of the high-speed train, because of the infrastructure of the high-speed train are more or less the same as we use in the standard gauge, the system. So that actually they try to refer to that cost. However, the construction cost has not been finalized. So actually, if we want to invest in that standard gauge scenario, then probably it may need some 1 or 2 years to complete the study to see whether the benefit of the switching from meter gauge to standard gauge will be benefit to the railway system or not. And then we have to thinking about that. However, at the moment, if you're talking about what is ready to be invested, probably about the meter gauge that have been studied for 5 or 10 years already, and several projects has been in the pipeline. So that actually, if we does not care about the gauge yet, then probably we need to follow the suit for the meter gauge, because of many project has been already finalized and ready to be constructed in the near future. But again, whether to invest in the railway in this kind of system, you need to looking back to the organization of the one who will be invest, because in the previous bill, actually the things that has not been clear since the last bill is that who going to be the one who execute the project. In the previous plan, actually the dual tracks upgraded will be executed by State Railway of Thailand, so-called SRT. However, it is left open that for the high-speed train, they actually not mention who will be the one who execute the project. And actually, for the same purpose in this bill, actually they has struggled in the same question: who will be the one that execute the project? Because if you want the State Railway of Thailand or SRT to be the one who execute the project, then SRT at the moment has a lot of problem in terms of the debt and in terms of the operating efficiency and a lot of problem inside the organization.
Right.
So if you want to let this organization to pursue this kind of project, then they have some risks of not completing, or project may not be turned out to be efficient as it has been planned.
Right. So what would be your recommendation for the government or the new government that will come into office soon in order to successfully implement this infrastructure project?
Yeah. Actually, the infrastructure plan has been thought of and well planned for quite a while already, and several projects that can be executed very smoothly. For example, like the road infrastructure investment, road improvement, road maintenance, and also the mass rapid transit system, where they have a mass rapid transit of Thailand authority, which is the one who execute the project that has been put everything in plan, and everything worked quite well. So that I think for this kind of project that has to be that will have not be any problem in investing. However, the one that concerns me the most is the railway transport as a whole. The railway in terms of the State Railway of Thailand, that the one who will be investing in the dual track and also possibly the standard gauge in the future. If you want to invest in this kind of projects in terms of the railway upgrading, and probably I think the government need to looking at the organization first, how to change this kind of the problem within the organization, and also how to, let's say, invite some of the private sector to be involved in this kind of project, to be the one that, let's say, investing or co-investing in some part of the project. For example, like investing in the loading stock, investing in the operation. And if the private sector can come in, and then actually I think that will be speed up all the process and makes the system working more properly and more efficiently than the one that running by the state-owned enterprise.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Sumet. That's all for today. Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you next time. Goodbye.